Hari Om. Welcome to Vedic Heritage Deepavali series. The third and main day of Deepavali celebration for most Indians is the Amavasya Tithi of the month of Kartika. Deepavali originates from Sanskrit words Deepa, lamp, and Avali, row. It literally means row of lights. The festival is celebrated by lighting oil-filled earthen lamps along house walls and streets. Even though Deepavali is mainly considered a Hindu festival, the day marks different events for Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists too. In essence, Deepavali symbolizes the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. We do not have the exact date of its origin, but it is interesting to know that Deepavali is an ancient practice of Hindus. Deepotsava, Deepavali, Diwali or Diwalige, we may refer to it in many ways, but in its base it is the same festival which is followed by all. Deepavali is mentioned in Padma Purana and Skanda Purana, dating back up to 1st millennium CE. In a 7th century play, Nagananda, it is referred to as Deepa Pratipadotsava, first day of Deepa festival. In 9th century Kavya Mimamsa, it is called Deepamalika. The poet mentions whitewashed homes and oil lamps decorating homes, streets, and markets. This could well be a description of today's celebration. 11th century Persian traveler Al-Biruni talks of Deepavali on Kartika Amavasya. 15th century Venetian merchant Niccolo di Conti talks about the lamps, the temples, family gatherings, music, dance, and feasts. A similar festival is mentioned in the Kama Sutra between 3 BCE and 2 CE as the Yaksha Ratri, night of Yakshas. Bonfire, dancing, feasting, and gambling were prominent features. This is possibly the reason many believe that gambling is accepted on the night of Diwali. Bursting crackers too are referred to as Agni Upasana in the Rig Veda, and a shloka by Vedavyas, the Ulkadana, talks about the compulsory bursting of crackers during Deepavali. No matter what the mode of celebration, it seems that there has been a celebration every Kartika Amavasya for more than 2000 years at least. To imagine that we have been following these traditions for millennia with pretty much no change is a humbling idea. The third day of Deepavali is referred to as Badi Deepavali in western North India and Nepal, while in East India, the same day is known as Kali Puja. Let us start with Kali Puja. The puja and rituals in the Eastern Hindu community focus on Kali, the goddess of war, instead of Lakshmi. Textual evidence suggests that Bengali Hindus worshipped Lakshmi before the colonial era and that the Kali Puja has slowly emerged starting from the 16th century and gained momentum in the past 2 centuries. From the early form of fierce tribal warrior, Goddess Kali has metamorphosed over a period into the caring, protective mother figure of today. She is Ma Kali, whom everyone can relate to. In Bengal, Odisha, Assam, and Mithila, Ma Kali is worshipped on the night of Diwali when Amavasya prevails at midnight. Puja is offered in temples and pandals from midnight till early morning. Devotees pray or meditate all night. The goddess is worshipped in some temples in the Vedic tradition as Adi Shakti Kali and in others in the Tantric tradition as the fierce Kali who is offered animal sacrifice. In the Kali Ghat temple in Kolkata, Kali Khetra temple in Bhubaneswar, and in Kamakhya temple in Guwahati, Kali is worshipped as Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, and Mahasaraswati on this Amavasya night. While Kali Puja is the important event, some Bengalis also celebrate 3 days of Diwali. The Chaturdasi is called Chothyo Pradip and Bhut Chaturdashi. 14 lamps are lit and placed in 14 corners of the home to drive away evil and darkness, as well as to honor the ancestors. 14 variety of leafy vegetables are prepared and consumed with rice on this 14th day. On the Amavasya Tithi, while Lakshmi Puja may be done at home, Kali Puja remains the main focus of the day for Bengalis. Visiting a pandal, bursting crackers, eating khichdi and payash as bhog is the custom. Now let us discuss Badi Diwali, the Deepavali celebration of North and West Indians and Nepalis. Most of us know that in northern India, Diwali is celebrated as the day Prince Rama, with his wife Sita and brother Lakshmana, returned to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile and after defeating the Rakshasa king Ravana. The citizens of Ayodhya, who had been awaiting his arrival for 14 long years, expressed their happiness by welcoming him with street lit with lamps and decorations. Yet the main puja is to Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, and wife of Sri Vishnu. It may be because Rama's return signaled a period of prosperity and happiness for the kingdom. But it could also mean that the day was already a significant occasion and Sri Rama's return coincided with the celebration. I propose this only because the birth of goddess Lakshmi and her marriage to Sri Vishnu is mentioned in the Ramayana too. The story as seen in Ramayana and Padma Purana goes that the Devas and Asuras were churning the milky ocean in search of immortality, Amrita, when many things came out of the churn. Lakshmi Devi was one of them, and she is said to have chosen Sri Vishnu as her consort. Some sources say that Lakshmi Devi rose out of milky ocean on Dhanteras and married Sri Vishnu on Amavasya Tithi. Others believe Amavasya to be the day of her birth. Either way, the goddess of prosperity is the main reason for this celebration of Deepavali. Goddess Lakshmi can be seen as the beneficial energy of auspiciousness, prosperity, knowledge and well-being. Just like any energy has specific properties, the Shakti or energy of Lakshmi Devi is abundance. By offering puja to this Devi, we invite abundance into our lives. The auspicious time for Lakshmi Puja is when Amavasya Tithi prevails during Pradosha Kal or the sunset time. At dusk, family members gather for the Lakshmi Pujan. Puja is also offered to other deities such as Ganesha to bless new beginnings, Saraswati Devi for knowledge, and to Sri Rama, Lakshmana, Sita and Hanuman. In Western and North Indian business communities, Kubera, who symbolizes bookkeeping, treasury and wealth management, too finds a place in the pujas. Deepavali signifies the start of the financial new year. Thus, pens, new account books and computers are worshipped when Lakshmi Puja is performed in the offices. After the puja, the lamps from the puja ceremony are used to light the lamps placed in rows along the parapets of temples and houses. Some lamps are set adrift on rivers and streams. People visit temples, followed by a visit to senior members of the families to pay their respects. They then meet friends and family for feasts and fireworks. Some believe fireworks are meant as an offering to the ancestors to find their way back, while others interpret it as a way to ward off evil spirits and dark forces. An Akhand Deep, a lamp filled with ghee, is allowed to burn all night in front of the house. While many festivals prescribe a fast, Diwali is one time to feast and share the bounties of the season with others, especially the less privileged. With this, I conclude day 3 of the Diwali celebration. I will meet you with information on day 4. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for joining me. Hari